Good morning, everyone. People are fascinating, aren't they? Or rather, aren't we? Through a personal friend, I know of 3 separate people who have not once left their homes since the first lockdown was imposed in March. At the other extreme, I have personally seen large groups of people chatting and laughing together with not a single face mask in sight, not even dangling beneath their chins. Most of us fall somewhere between these 2 groups, and wherever we place ourselves, we each have several roles to play in this drama that we're living in. Our primary need is to identify some at least of these roles, and then, of course, comes the responsibility to immerse ourselves in the parts and play them with every ounce of our integrity. Our first responsibility is to ourselves, to keep ourselves as healthy in mind and body as we possibly can. First and foremost in mind, because the body will follow where the mind leads. So how are we nourishing our minds? Are we feeding them on copious amounts of fear and fear-related junk? Or are we filling them with the goodness of love and light? It's always a choice, isn't it? Whatever reports and statistics are offered, we can be very sure that they're incomplete and that they've been heavily laced with guesswork at best and lies at worst. I think it was Sir Winston Churchill who said there are lies, damned lies, and statistics. Beware, always beware of statistics. Whatever the situation, wherever the situation, we can always choose to pour into it God's love and the light that will uplift and ease whatever circumstances people find themselves in. And we can always find something for which to express gratitude. This idea of expressing gratitude is terribly important because it sets in motion a flow of amazing energy that always uplifts and blesses in many, many ways, very often in unexpected, even unlooked for ways. As never before, our choices are setting the scene for not only our tomorrows, but also for our todays. Our ability to create our environment is remarkable and inescapable. While we are each of us responsible for what we're creating, we should at the very least try to create consciously within our own authenticity. I cannot urge you too strongly to look into your own minds in order to find your truth, your very own understanding of truth. Yes, it will be incomplete. And yes, it will be different from mine, just as mine is different from yours. If we're going to be totally honest with ourselves, for each one of us it will be unique. There is no right or wrong in this respect. Gone is the time to follow blindly or unquestioningly the teachings of any church or school of thought. To echo someone else's truth is not to live with integrity. When all's said and done, when you're required to be responsible and answerable for your thoughts and actions, nobody else whom you might have followed is going to put up their hand and claim that responsibility as theirs. I spoke earlier of the roles we're each playing, and for every one of us, these roles represent the energies within which we have our being, and, I think more importantly, the energies we're expressing and sharing with everyone else. The use to which we put these energies is vitally important, because it is through this sharing that we're creating our present and our future. Of course, we can choose to fear the present and the not knowing of the future, if that's our preference. If nothing else, fear-filled people offer others the opportunity to embrace them with divine love and light. However, I think most of us can see the wisdom of sharing beautiful energies so that what we will subsequently experience as our reality might be supremely beautiful. There are no leading or starring roles in life. Simply each of us has our own part to play. The important thing to remember is that every single one of us is as important as everyone else, and that our contribution to the whole is nothing less than essential. Never mind that if you decide one day to indulge in fear-based thoughts, it doesn't matter, or that if you allow anger or resentment to fill your mind, that doesn't matter either. It matters. Thought is energy, and even as the thought takes form in your mind, so the energy of that thought is released. I might even say unleashed upon the rest of the world. However, everyone has an off day, so don't be too hard on yourself. Acknowledge your slip, forgive yourself, and promise yourself to try harder to avoid sharing again what you'd really prefer not to be on the receiving end of. Energy is the building material of creation, and it's ours to work with as we choose. What an amazing gift, and what an amazing responsibility this imposes. It's not always easy to acknowledge that what we are, our physical bodies, our minds, our environment, our family and friends, all are our own creation. How much more difficult to realize that our future conditions are dependent solely upon our use of the energy that we are. I believe that our task now, right now, is to bring the conditions of heaven to the earth for everyone to share and enjoy. I also believe that we can do it. However, it's for each of us to choose whether we share in this dream and participate in the sharing of beautifully creative energies or not. The choice is for every individual to make, and be very certain that it is for each individual to take full responsibility for the choices made. Our greatest need right now is to choose to go silently into our own heart-mind and there find our strength, our peace, our divine strength, and our divine peace. The ways of God are beautiful, joy-filled, perfect. I can't imagine anyone not choosing the way of God, sharing the love and the light that are life. Jesus said we shouldn't hide our light, but rather let it so shine before men that they might see their Father in us. Let's all be beacons of light. In the midst of whatever our different roles are in our daily lives, let's shine God's light into the hearts and the minds of all people and bring about a glorious tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Janet, for that beautiful inspirational talk. And as we come to the end of our time together this morning, I thank Janet for sharing this time with me and you for taking the time to actually tap in with us. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, for your love, for your energy. And may your week ahead be a blessing not only to you, to all life. Thank you. God bless.